Hi guys, this is John here. Today, I'm gonna be playing Explorers of the Spirit, and I think this is the finale, guys. I've already done the first part of Temporal Tower, which, by the way, yes, as expected, it was a little bit longer. It ended up being 24 floors. Yes, it actually gave me kind of similar vibes to Sky Tower, because that one has like 30 something, like. There's no point it stops until like 26 or something. But anyways, I'm not gonna try to talk anymore because I have a very limited amount of time again. This time 41 and 36 minutes. So let's try to do this. I might cut some stuff out too, guys, just for time's sake. So. Anyways, before that, we have a scene. Meanwhile, and of course we know what it is. Because of this, Darkrai is almost certainly attempting to cause the destruction of Temporal Tower. Celebi. Once I began to realize exactly what was happening in the past, I knew that I would be delaying my return to you, but I realized that my work was not done quite yet, and Celebi, it still isn't. I must continue to fight, to prove my existence, and save our future. Crovile, what are you talking about? Proving your existence? Saving our future? You already did that. We're in our future right now. Search around, Grovile. Does it look like the planet has been paralyzed to you? Well, to this point, it certainly hasn't, but Grovile, don't you remember the reason why you needed to return to the past in order to save the world? Without any intervention from us Pokemon of the future, Temporal Tower is always doomed to be destroyed. If left uninterrupted, the Pokemon of the past would have never been able to stop the tower's collapse, which is why you needed to collect the Time Gears. But now that we're in another timeline, as you've described, the planet is no longer destined to be paralyzed. Even if we make no changes to ensure the safety of Temporal Tower, we know that it will never collapse. Am I getting through to you yet? That's it, Celebi. What if my decision to return to the past has actually altered the course of this world? What if my intervention allowed Darkrai the opportunity to paralyze the planet? If that's true, we don't have much time to waste. Do you remember the reason why, after reappearing in this world, you wanted to return to the past? You told me that you needed closure. That you needed some finality to your journey to save Temporal Tower. But I don't think that's what you want at all. You just said that as soon as you returned to the past, you traveled to Treeshot Forest, then spoke to Azelf. But at that point, you had no reason to. The world was already saved. And most importantly, that has nothing to do with finding David. The only reason why you would do that is if you really want to start another lengthy journey to save the world. But, again, Grovile, this world has already been saved from the planet's paralysis. And I think that a part of you already knew that. Sometimes I just don't understand you. Grovile, we struggled for so long in order to prevent Temporal Tower's collapse. And as soon as we finally succeeded, as soon as we were able to enjoy the sunrise and the full vibrance of the world, you wanted to do all of that again? When there was no need to? You wanted to retrace your steps from your first visit to Treeshot Forest all the way to the Rainbow Stone Ship. Again? That's... Grovile, the past will be fine without you. We've done our part to protect the world. And now it's up to David and Darren to do their part. Even if you never return to the past, that would still be the case. It's okay for you to move on from your time in the past and start to live in a new way. And yeah, that's kind of, I think that's the last time we actually see Grovyle properly. Okay, never mind, I did that wrong. Oh, this is for, okay, but I don't do that. I don't think, in my opinion. So anyways, it's an interesting thing, you know. Grovyle decided to return to the past. For what reason? Because he needed closure. He said he needed closure, but the interesting part about it is that, well, he definitely stayed in the past more than he probably needed to. Like, again, and he wanted to kind of redo that. Like, yeah, that, or maybe not wanted, but it just felt like he was kind of redoing what, like, was there a point to, like, him doing that all over again? Like, it's an like, because I think, because he hasn't been used to the, like, because he's had to fight for so long, and now he sees that the world in the past is, well, it's an altered timeline, essentially. And it's super intriguing, I think. You know? Like, that this is the result of that. Like, a lot happened in order for that to manifest, you know? So, I think Celebi is, at this, well, obviously we don't need help at this point. We are, or well, yeah, at this point we don't need the help. We are fine on our own. So yeah, I think it's an interesting thing, because Grovyle, like, he has had to go through a lot. No question. But, like, yeah, there is a good point in, like, again, like, he should be able to live in peace, be able to move on from his, well, I don't want to say cause, because but for save, because the future has already, oh no, the future has already been saved, and I don't think there's a need to repeat that. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Again, I might need to cut some stuff out, guys. Just to peace, because there's gonna be, because Darkrai, okay, I'm gonna confess right now, obviously we're gonna fight Darkrai, but he's not gonna be our only problem, is what I'm saying right now. Like, he's not gonna be the only foe we face, and that's gonna be really hard. That's my mean I have to cut a lot of stuff out, because I'm not fighting for, like, I'm not gonna try to fight for, like, 3 hours. Like, that one time, like, 5 years ago, where I had that freaking Explorers of the Sky stream, where I essentially fought Dialga for, like, an hour and a half, like, to try to find his weakness. Like, we're not doing that. Like, that's gonna be way too excessive, especially for a video, because I don't have a lot of time. Again, like I said to you guys, my time is very limited, so I have to cut a lot of the stuff out. Okay. I need to get rid of something that is... Okay, I think this is okay to let go of now. I mean, I thought I needed it, but... I might need it, but I have another one, so it's okay. What? Okay. Another Reviver Seed, okay. Again, Reviver Seeds in this ROM hack are very rare to come by, so I want to be as prepared as possible. Like, if I can get as many Reviver Seeds, I'd be a happy man. I would love a totter seed, but we don't have that, so... Or I guess... I don't have the luxury of having one. I haven't for, like, this whole playthrough. Okay, man, that's annoying. Let's save before... And then I'll save at the boss. There's only 7 floors, so that's not a long temple. I think that this is it! We reached the top! Let's do this, David. I'm glad that you finally arrived. There is Darkrai, though, I must say. I didn't expect the Charmander to come here with you. And where's that Grovyle that we met? He's not here. I don't know what you have planned for us, Darkrai, but we won't let you destroy this tower. Is that what you think that this is about? Considering that I have been waiting atop Temple Tower for some time now, and have yet to encounter Dialga, I can only assume that he must have paid you a visit, one in which you assumed the upper hand. If that is the case, then you know as well as I that both of us continuing to exist in this world is a threat to this tower. And, by effect, time itself. This tower is clearly deteriorated. Okay, hold on, guys. Okay, sorry about that, guys. This tower is clearly deteriorated and is currently surrounded by ominous clouds. But all is not lost. Just observe that structure behind me. Oh, is it what I think it is? Temple Tower's time gears are still secured in place. As long as we are able to solve the task at hand, those time gears should be able to preserve the tower's structural integrity. Why do you care about that? Why, I care about it for the same reason that you two do. Temple Tower's collapse would be disastrous. You see, David, this is the very moment that we have been working towards. And this collapse would serve to undo all of our hard work. After Cresselia began to chase me, to all will's end, it became clear to me that this world was one of Cresselia's desires. But that's not the natural ebb and flow of the world. That's just her asserting her control. Once I finally realized this fact, I concluded that my only logical counter to this was to reclaim control and create my own world. For a long time, I thought of possible ways to achieve this goal. But most forms of physically creating a new world involve distortion of space or time, which means interfering in the domains of Palkia and Dialga, which normally isn't advised. Then, it occurred to me. I had the capacity to create a new world through engulfing this existing world in sleep. My domain of control. The main factor preventing this, of course, was Cresselia. Not long after, David, I sensed your spirit in Treasure Town, and it occurred to me that this was no coincidence. As illustrating your final memory, you treated into a dimensional hole without knowledge of your destination, because you were aware that you would appear in a time in which another Darkrai exists, leading to this plan's execution. Your existence was instrumental in leading Cresselia to her untimely fate, as well as ensuring Dialga's absence at this point. Now that you have reached the top of this tower, it's finally time for the final part of our plan. With Cresselia gone, I have been able to gradually increase my dream influence over the world while remaining mostly undetected. But the final potential indicator of this plan that remains is the destruction of Temple Tower. An event calamitous enough that my name is sure to be on the short list of suspects for such an act. David, you must complete your journey, preventing this collapse, by returning to your original time. Oh, here. Temple Tower's connection to time allows me to create a passage time here, allowing control transfer between timelines. David, this is why you needed to meet me atop Temple Tower, to return to a world that lacks the spirit of Darkrai, and prevent the disruption of time in the process. This is ridiculous! I'm not doing that! Going through that dimensional hole wouldn't save the world. It would just let you end the world in a different way. Why don't you go through that hole and leave us alone? It's unfortunate. You understand so little. You lack perspective, reason, and still haven't accepted who you truly are. But I knew that you would respond this way. After all, I know your true self better than anyone else. You're wrong! You don't know who I am! I don't give in to my primal instincts anymore. That's just a part of who I am. Oh, really? You don't follow your aura any longer, is that it? As much as you may think that things have changed after our encounter inside the dream world, you still found yourself atop Temple Tower. David, you have followed every last step that I calculated for you. With Cresselia out of the picture, my next objective was to ensure that you became the ideal version of yourself. Speeding up your inevitable process of gaining ire for this world that rejects your true self. And, in the process, gaining a greater connection with your aura. You haven't lost sight of that connection, David. Not at all. Your refined aggression and lust for control has only been redirected towards me. I'm just a morally compatible target for your sane, comfortable behavior. But, David, there's no reason to be afraid of this revelation. When you travel through that dimensional hole, this deep connection between your spirit and aura is exactly what you wanted me to refine. I'm sure of it. After all, no matter your appearance, state of name, or memories, that connection is what truly makes you Darkrai. Unfortunately, in order to gain your cooperation, it seems that I will need to convert you into one of my sleepwalkers. At which point, you will enter this dimensional hole, and with your enhanced aura guiding your decision-making, you will become a greater Darkrai than ever before. Sleepwalker? What, do you think that you can just control David's mind? Don't you get it? We're not listening to anything that you say, Darkrai. Oh, you still don't realize. Charmander. Any sleeping Pokemon can be coerced into action, given enough time and effort. Though their body may be fully awake, their mind still remains asleep. Let's show them an example. What? Giratina was under your control this whole time? That means that Breloom being taken from us was all you're doing. Ah, that explains it. Giratina here was ordered to strike once the pattern at Bravecave was activated. I assumed that this would relieve us of the nosy Charmander during our encounter. But it seems I failed to account for Breloom. That's too bad for you! How did you know that we would make it here through Brine Cave? Lapras told us that the mystery of Brine Cave has been kept almost completely secret over the years. In fact, there's a lot of things that you shouldn't know. Is it really all looking through everyone's dreams? Unfortunately, even in the dream world, I can't consciously exist in all places at once, which is why I needed to rely on the services of some others. Huh? I could have sworn that something just touched me. Team AWD? Lady Weavile, our Invisify orb has worn off. We don't need that anymore. We're here, and now it's our time. Weavile, you really have been working with Darkrai, but why? How could you? It isn't always about you, town dwellers. In my search for adequate support, I requested the help of Team AWD, not only due to their skill, but their beliefs as well. As you already know, Team AWD has been rejected from this world by the powers that be, much like I was rejected, in exchange for Weavile's valuable fieldwork, providing me all of the information I so desire. I have offered Team AWD the privilege of helping me run this new world. Weavile, are you crazy? Do you really believe what Darkrai told you? You aren't fighting for the same thing. You truly care about others. Darkrai is just an egomaniac. I doubt that they even hold up their end of the deal. What are you doing? You better watch your mouth around Lady Weavile. You could never understand how rotten to the core that this world is. The fact is, risky or not, Darkrai's the only chance that we have to tear this whole thing down and start again. That's the only way that Pokemon like us will find some justice. That's right, Drapion. It seems that you all need to work out your differences. In that case, I'll leave you to it. But don't worry, David. If you choose to fight, as you always do, rather than surrender grace, I will still be here to pick up the pieces. Okay, no. David, what are we going to do? We need to stop Darkrai and figure out how to save the tower, but fighting not only Giratina, but Teammate WD too? At the same time? How are we ever going to win? I don't know, but Arba just talked about using an Invisivite orb at this very spot. Maybe that means that we can use orbs as well. Oh, yeah. Alright, let's go, David. Okay. This is gonna be rather difficult. I think we need to... I probably shouldn't have dropped all my orbs, but I think we can use an orb here. So let's... Oh, that's what it does. Okay. We've kind of... Okay, hold on. I'm not gonna record... I think I might have to... I can't record all this, so hold on, guys. I'll be back. Okay, guys, sorry about that. That took a little bit longer than I expected, but it's because I needed to strategize and I kind of save stated at the wrong time, but I managed to work it. Why did they stop fighting? That's enough, Giratina. Weavile, I can't help but notice that you ordered your team to stand back after such a short time. I've seen you in battle before, and you've clearly been holding back during this encounter. So, we're on the same page now. There's no reason to truly attempt to deal with these two until their orbs are taken away. Are you ready for a change in scenery? I'll pass. Are you questioning our plan? We're not fighting those two anymore. And we're done working for you. What? Lady Weavile, what are you saying? Listen to the rest of your team, Weavile. Do you really find it wise to turn your back on the soon-to-be leader of the world? Yup. Sorry, Darkrai. You shouldn't have trusted a seed to do your dirty work. Well... And a skateboard. You really think that you're clever, don't you? But it's no matter. You two are still coming with me. Giratina, now! Oh boy, we're in the world. We're in the world that... There will be no more surprises, David. You have no escape, and we are inside Giratina's domain. Whether you accept it or not, your true purpose will finally be fulfilled. Again, I might have to skip this, so be back in a moment. Okay, guys, I finally beat them. That was, again, took a little too long. Darkrai is down! Did we do it? Ooh. Giratina. Gah! Oh, what did he do? Oh, it's the... I know what this is. Yeah. I warned you, Darkrai, the deplorable. I always receive my end of the deal. one way or another. But I no longer wish to bring a spirit like yours into the distortion world. It must enter another world and never come back. I must thank you, too, for weakening Darkrai enough for me to escape their grasp. I overheard all that was said. Darkrai's spirit now exists in its correct time. Temple Tower should return to its former state too. Darkrai is now nothing but an empty body. Without a spirit, they no longer have the ability to act upon the world. You are freed from your prison inside the distortion world. I no longer want you there. Also, do not worry. I have removed Darkrai's spirit from this world. Goodbye. Well, that was interesting. You two have met this Breloom, correct? Yes, we know him. Breloom injured himself as he entered the distortion world. I forced him to rest in order to heal more quickly. He explained your story to me. Darkrai's trap for me became apparent as soon as Giratina appeared. But I was not aware of the rest of your role in this scheme. The true depths that Darkrai will sink to never fail to amaze me. But now, Darkrai is just an empty, powerless husk. Without a spirit, they will be perpetually trapped inside what remains of their mind, and existing atop this tower. No Pokemon that could make it here would ever claim this body was their own spirit. Perhaps it could happen if Darkrai was deserving of any sympathy. Or even if any sane Pokemon were to tempt fate and risk Darkrai regaining control. But instead, here we stand. It seems that Darkrai's endless antics and antagonism have finally come crashing down around them. A fitting end. I no longer have any need for this. I believe that you should hold on to it. Huh? This is the EotS Keystone. That's right. If you recognize the EotS Keystone, you must know that the time to use it will eventually become clear. Don't lose sight of it. Breloom will eventually need further assistance for his injury. I shall return him to your town. Farewell. Well, okay. I guess that's it. Temple Tower is going to return to normal. It looks like Breloom will be okay. And Darkrai can't bother us anymore. I can't believe it! Well then, let's start heading back to Lapras. David? Did I forget something? We can't leave them here. Huh? If I understand Giratina and Cresselia right, Darkrai has no consciousness right now. But if someone surrendered their spirit, they could become the new consciousness for Darkrai's body and share minds with what's left of Darkrai. Cresselia seems to think that nobody would ever do this, but I have a hard time believing that. Temple Tower clearly isn't as hard to reach as we were led to believe. Celebi, Darkrai, and Giratina had no problems crossing the Sea of Time. And even for Pokemon like us that would normally need the Relic Fragment, they could find a way to stay with someone that can get in. That's what Team AWD did. Between all of the Pokemon in the world, in the past, present, future, and any other timelines, do we really think that no Pokemon would ever try to take control of Darkrai's power? We can't let that happen! I mean, you're probably right, but what can we do about that? I'll be the one to surrender my spirit. What? What did you just say? David, have you lost your mind? As long as part of Darkrai's mind exists, they're going to try to regain full control of themselves. I'm confident almost any Pokemon that tries to take over will eventually lose. Oh my god, take over will eventually lose to Darkrai's mind games. But not me. I know Darkrai too well to give in to that now. But, David, I just don't understand. After all of that time of you saying that you didn't want to be like Darkrai, you're going to literally turn into Darkrai? That makes no sense. That's not who you are. I thought that you knew that. But, Darren, that's exactly it. I am Darkrai. That much is true. And I don't want to be like that Darkrai over there. But I'm not. I'm my own Darkrai. One that doesn't want to blindly follow their aura. Even with the same spirit, we became different Pokemon. Darkrai saw that the best version of myself could only be achieved by following their same path. But there's some experiences that only I had. That's why we have different ideas of what that best version is. And I know how I can get that through to them. David, you can't. You can't. Just go away. You might not be the same Pokemon after you do this. I don't want to. David, I just can't imagine a world without you. If not for you, I don't think I would have ever learned to stand up for myself. Darren, you're thinking of this the wrong way. You're the one that was there for me when I needed you most. Even when you had all the reason in the world not to. You'll be fine. There's no way that I would have made it this far without you. Okay, if this is really what you want, David, I trust you. I'm not sure how to do this. Do I just... Oh my god, and there you go. Thanks. I don't know what voice to give him now, because this is my character instant. And there you go. All gone. I'm gonna have to cut some of this part out, because this part actually gets really long. I won't cut the dialogue out, but I'm gonna have to cut some stuff of it. This is getting... Gah! Yeah, look, my body is not used to this. I'm gonna have to... Why are you here? I became your new spirit before anyone else could. I'm giving you a chance at a new life. Is that what you call it? I know that you have no intention of surrendering yourself to my will. For someone that was attempting to tout their moral superiority over me, you desire control of this body as much as I. And yet you still fully believe that you have decided to change yourself. Fool! Okay, this is gonna be really long. You need to understand that free will does not exist. Your deviation from your destined path isn't a result of your choices. It's only because of your trickle half. Every decision that you think was independently made is only a result of the influence of others on your decision making. All sense of logic and purpose in your mind has been poisoned. You have succumbed to the will of the David from your past, one of your former enemies. Who cares? You made a very brash decision to attempt to control me, David. But now, it's over for you. So we're gonna have to fight. I'm gonna have to cut this out. Okay, well that ended up being very easy. Ugh. It was hard for me to grasp, but David really was gone. When I saw Darkrai go through that portal, it was hard to tell exactly who that was. Huh? Oh, good. Hold on, guys. Okay, sorry, guys. Was that Darkrai retreating to start another plan? Or was that David, knowing that they can't just return to town? I'm not sure if I'll ever know. But I know that at least a part of David is in there somewhere. David has always tried to figure out why they're in this world, ever since we first met. And I guess this is what they decided. If anyone can keep Darkrai from doing something like this again, it's David. Some of this sequencing is really long, so I'm gonna try to be... I might have to cut some things out just for time's sake, because again, the credits will probably be cut out. I'm probably not gonna end on the credits. So once I accepted that, I knew that I needed to make it back to the Rainbow Stone ship. Then Lapras, then back home. One step at a time. I love this music. They're using Living Spirit, which is actually really great song, by the way. One of my favorites. When I got back to the guild, I was surprised at how warm of a welcome everyone gave me. I know that it makes sense, since David and I were gone for so long, and especially since we succeeded. But I guess I forgot about the guild rooting for us near the end there. We spent so much time in secrecy, trying to avoid the guild altogether. And then there's how Chada treated us at first. For a while there, I just didn't think that I was one of them. That's something that David and I had in common. But that feeling's gone away over time. There's a lot of great Pokemon in the guild that I never really got to know back then. They remind me why I wanted to join the guild in the first place. That was a while ago at this point, but I still remember it vividly. You know, Sephora gave me this diary and told me that I should start writing in it. But for a while, I didn't know what kind of things I'd ever want to write about. Right now, I'm next to an empty bed that used to belong to David. Usually, thinking about that for too long makes me start to feel a bit lonely, but I think that this house helped clear my thoughts a bit. Darren. And close the diary. Diary! I can't. The journal. The next morning, again, we're on our own. Darren's on his own. Uh-huh. Oh, hi, Darren. Meryl, Azurill, I almost walked right past you two. What are you two up to this morning? Today's our big day. Huh? Azurill has wanted to try to enter Wigglytuff's guild for a long time now, and now we're going for it. That's exciting. Good luck. I'm sorry, guys. I might have some spare time this morning before I start this job. I'll head to the beach for a bit. Again, I do... Is the exploration team training really that hard? There are certainly times when our training can become difficult. However, we have a new policy established for incoming apprentices. As long as you train with us and put in the work that we ask of you, you will not be set up to fail. That much I can personally promise. Change of heart. Oh god, wait. I get it, you two. But this team AWD isn't the same as when we found each other. The rest of the world is on the other side. Oh, I think she left. Wow. And just like that, we must say goodbye to all the lovely Pokemon that spin this cafe. Let's find our new recruit, Mawile. There they go, moving on to bigger and better things. Good for them. I thought her tagging along was a spin, but we have different thoughts. I'm not fixing to go a whole nother continent like they are. That's okay too. We still need to keep the survey team up and running. But to make that happen, we'll need to find some new Pokemon to go on explorations. For one, how about someone who should have tried to join the survey team a long time ago? Whoa, are you for real? Ain't no secret that you've got the skill to do it, brother. I sure wouldn't say no. Oh god, this is a really long sequence. I'm a bit afraid that we're not gonna have enough time. I think I have to. I can't record the credits. I'm sorry, guys. Unless if there's a sequence that I need to be. Standing on the beach when the bubbles are blowing. There's nothing quite like it. Let me take a look at that thing again. Okay, I have about. Yeah, that sure does look like the stone that Spiritomb came out of. And Spiritomb is supposed to be a fusion of spirits. I can only assume that this odd keystone has to be what causes that. Is that why Corsellia was carrying this around? To try to trap Darkrai inside the stone? And is that why she gave it to me too? I'm always the one that's carrying these things around. But to be honest, I don't think I need it. And he's throwing it. What? Okay. I mean, if David is anything to go off of, no spirit is beyond change. And there we go, the ending. So guys, I'm not gonna be able to record this whole thing. It's gonna end soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I have enjoyed this game very much. I want to know that this game was amazing. And obviously there's post game, but I don't know if I will record that. But yeah, I enjoyed this game. This finale was amazing. Yeah. Well, I'll see you guys soon with another playthrough gameplay. I don't know. Yeah, I'll see you guys. Okay, apparently it still keep going. Okay, never mind. I freaked out for nothing. Your progress will now be saved. You will be placed prior to the events atop Temple Tower. Okay, never mind, guys. And before that, I actually had the scene with Groval and Celebi showing. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, this music was playing. I freaked out for nothing. I'm sorry. But anyways, now I can properly end it off. So that game was amazing. I'm so glad that I got to play it. It said that we're gonna, because there is a post, but it's not really a post game. But there are characters in Treasure Town that are from other ROM hacks, so from creators of Skytemple. So in the Skytemple community. Anyways, I'm not gonna talk anymore because it's gonna get too rambly. Just know I love this game. Max Cersei and everybody at the team did such a great job. Highly recommend playing this ROM hack. I obviously now see why it won what it won. So yeah, as always, guys, please like, subscribe, comment down below, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.